This is TWiT.
Jimmy Wales announced.
I'm excited. Are you involved with this?
I'm an advisor.
I jumped for joy because Wikipedia. Jimmy Wales, of course, created Wikipedia. He's now creating WikiTribune. What's the point?
So the point is a few things. One is that, and it's going to be a changeable beast, so I'm probably projecting my wishes on it more than reality. What I want most out of this is that we have this constant flow of news, updates, breaking news, everything else, and I want a place where I can go and say, what do we know about blank? An updated repository. Jimmy also wants this to be he wants to bring over some of the culture, this is going to be hard, from Wikipedia, of collaboration, number one, and also of NPOV, of neutral point of view, of fact-based and things that have that show their work and that are transparent, and you know what changes are made and why by whom. He's going to have professional journalists working alongside volunteers.
Contrast this to my point of view on the Google's attempt to get search fixed. This is exactly the response I love to see. First of all, it's one site. It's not dominating the net, but it gives people a place they can go. It's community supported. It's a news platform, but fact-focused, fact-oriented, evidence-based journalism is the tagline they're using. And because it's like Wikipedia, it's people. People are involved. And somebody, I think it might have been you, Jeff, said the reason that journalists hate this is because community and journalists are equals. That kind of might scare.
I didn't. Somebody did, but yes, that's true.
Somebody said that. Yeah.
I visited Jimmy when he was about to do a weekend test where he hired journalists and volunteers, hired people to play the roles, and covered news for a weekend. He thinks Wiki software is not easy enough to use, and there were different functionalities. So he's building on top of existing platforms, but building an easier to use platform to do this. And I'm enthused. It's a for-profit company. He's trying to get as much patronage as possible to use as little advertising as possible. That's not closing the door on advertising. And I think some may be necessary, but if you don't totally depend upon advertising, then the reward structures are not clickbait.
So are they going to monetize? It says with subscriptions.
Yeah, so it's a patronage. It's all going to be free in access. It's going to be like public media in the U.S.
But I can become a supporter.
Society can have it.
Yeah, I want to definitely become a supporter
at various levels.
I'm a supporter of Wikipedia. I mean, I give Wikipedia a monthly contribution, but this is just as good an idea, I think. So, he's hired journalists.
Stacey, your turn.
He's hired 3 out of the 10 that they want to hire, according to the webpage. What do you think, Stacey? I mean, you're a journalist. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea. As a journalist, okay, this is just going to come out wrong, so I'm just going to say it. I think in some ways I am a common or like a general community member isn't necessarily as knowledgeable as I am about some things. Not everything. But so
well, that's why they're journalists too. I mean, it's
right.
It doesn't. Wikipedia is created in time. In fact, it's interesting because Wikipedia doesn't have a lot of experts, I think. But I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Well, Wikipedia is entirely by volunteers. Whoever says I want to write an article, and it somehow manages to. It's not the sole version of truth, but work towards truth.
It does
in a beautiful way.
I would love them to. I want to see this in action, like something like net neutrality, which, hey, it's back. I think that would be like a real. I want to see them cover something like that, as opposed to like there was a shooting and X number of people were killed, which feels more. So. I think it's a great idea. I just want to see
what's the latest on Trump and Russia.
Yeah,
give me what we know and don't know about Trump and Russia. And don't force me to go through 87 articles to figure out where the hell are we?
Because, I mean, making meaning out of what's happening in the world is tough. And especially right now, and it's so complicated. And the more meaning you try to put in a story, the more context you put into a story, the more dangerous, and I won't say the further from the truth, but the more risk you run of people saying, "What? No, that's not my meaning." And it's because people tell their own stories and make their own stories. And I don't know. We'll see.